speak for our players, the Lakers, our fan base. Yeah. Really liked it. You know, you've seen these 3-0 games before, and I thought there were two different times during the game where our team could have gave in, could have let go of the rope. We didn't. I thought the crowd was awesome tonight, and I've been part of these on both sides, where it's a 3-0 and you're playing on the road or you're playing at home, and
Sugar.
it,
Shut the
crowd
fuck up.
is not be great. And the crowd was awesome tonight. Our fans are awesome. Yeah, gratitude. Yeah.
You're playing the defending champs.
I mean, obviously hard to really gather your emotions after a playoff loss there, but your reaction to David's win.
Exactly right. I mean, you know, we heard this is a unbelievable
Season's over. It was an incredible season. Some highs, some lows. Definitely something to hope for, something to look forward to. Getting Luka healthy this season, building the team around him. Year 23 comes to an end for LeBron. You know, my relationship, my fandom with LeBron has been complicated. You know, I'm 2005, LeBron's 2003. You know, freshman year for me, his junior year, that was my first discovery of Bron. And I remember that summer being in H-Town, my brother Reggie and, you know, Hoopin' Gerald Green, Booba Gibson. I remember there was a Slam magazine that had Bassie and Bron on the cover wearing each other's high school jersey. And I remember we walked from his apartment in H-Town, we walked to the store. We was just getting something at the store and I seen him. And like shit, like we stole that motherfucker. Like that's just how big Bron, you know, this the summer of '02. And you know, I was a huge Bassie fan on top, you know. Um you know, I continue to be a big Bron fan, probably up until the time I graduated, 2005. Um, you know, Kobe is the greatest of all time to me, and it was just difficult listening to. You know, it was already difficult in '02 and '03 before he even got to the league. All the hype, and you know, people already trying to just put him above Kobe and put him right there with Jordan. Um, you know, I stand on to this day that my I stand on to this day that my twin, my boy Mello, should have been rookie of the year. Um, you know, whatever. It's another story for another day. The first 2 years, you know, Bron didn't make the playoffs, and yet they still was trying to elevate him. You know, I didn't really like that. Um, well, that first year he didn't make it. No, he didn't make it the first two. I think I don't remember. Right now I'm fucked up. But I just remember how it went thereafter when he was on the come up and making, his name for himself. Much respect to what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Beating those Anton Jameson, Karan Butler, Gilbert Arenas Wizards. Um, I wasn't one of the ones that went crazy over that Detroit game in '07 because I just always said, man, Ben Wallace would have been there. He'd have got put on his ass. Um, Looking back, it was greater than I gave it credit for back then. I still feel like he had many greater games after that. I kind of just stopped liking dude for a while. Them last few years in Cleveland the first time. Just the antics, the dancing, the just a whole bunch of shit, right? Went to Miami. This was what gave KD the nuts to do what he did 6 years later. But when Bron did it, it was without a doubt the weakest thing ever at that time. Didn't respect it at all. Um, Hated seeing them beat the Thunder in 2012. It was hilarious seeing them choke against the Mavericks. Even though I hated the Mavericks, but never wanted to see the Mavericks win the championship. But it was hilarious. But in 2013, he earned my respect, especially in that Game 7. Um, that Game 7 to me was special because Pop, he challenged him. He said, beat me shooting the ball. And that's exactly what Bron did. It was great. It was incredible. Left after 2014, 2 and 4 years. Went back to Cleveland. I didn't like it because I knew he would stunt Kyrie's growth as a point guard. It was what it was. I still ain't never forgave Steph for letting them come back from 3-1. Be the first one to do that in the finals. Hated that. Hated Draymond getting suspended. All of that. But that championship, I had to salute him because he did come back from 1-3. And you got to remember, this is 2016. I've started, he's earned my respect back since like 2012, 2013. So it's like I loved him for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? If we just talking about his NBA career, I really loved him for like 3-4 years. I loved him 2 years before he was in the league, so I loved him for 4 years. Then I was kind of like just going down on not really, fucking with him, pause, 2 times, for like the next 3 or 4 years. Then the last couple years in Cleveland, I just didn't fuck with him at all. When they went to Miami, I hated that shit. That shit was lame as fuck. But like I said, them last 2 years in Miami, had to salute him. He was earning respect back. Didn't like him going to Cleveland, but winning that championship, it was definitely, salute. He went back to be a leader, to do for those young boys what Wade had did for him prior. Did not want him to be a Laker in 2018. Did not want that at all. Mainly because I ain't want you fuck ass Bron sexuals and y'all still claiming my Lakers. This is 8 years now as a Laker. This is the longest straight through tenure he's had with a team. He was in Cleveland for 7, Miami for 4, went back to Cleveland for 4 to give him a total of 11 with Cleveland, but broken up 7-4. And then after 15 years came to us, and now it's been 8 years as a Laker. Could this be it? I don't know. I didn't really respect the 2020 bubble championship at first. I was happy as fuck. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I celebrated that shit like a motherfucker. We hadn't won a championship since 2010, so I damn sure celebrated that. Pause this real quick. I want y'all to look at these highlights with me. I've already looked at every shot that Spider made, but I want y'all to take a look at this shit with me, because I have a huge point that I'm about to make about what went down in this game. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna finish what I was talking about with Braun, but this is important. It's still the first half, so you really ain't saying too much of Spider yet. He only had 4 points in that first half. But this third quarter was Spider quarter, and the second half was Spider's half. So right there, I see a sir on Harden. Right here, I see Tobias getting cooked by Spider. Don't see a sir. Right here, I see Spider abusing Cade while a sir is on fucking Schroeder. Okay, yeah, I saw that, right? A sir is on Schroeder. Spider's abusing. He's literally raping Cade. Oh, that's all they're gonna say? Oh, okay. Cool. Well, you see he had 43 points, right? He had 39 of those in the second half. We're gonna get back to it. You notice I kept mentioning the sir's name. But real quick, back to Braun.
It was a halftime speech.
Go back in the locker room and read Twitter or something like that about your first half. I think I didn't do it in that now.
I ain't been on Twitter in so long. Everybody let me know that I missed the free throw to break the record, though. I will say that, but then we're two and two headed to Detroit. That was what we came home to do.
I ain't gonna care. Harden being up there game 3 and game 4 after not talking to the media game 2, that shit weak as fuck, James.
You know, there's no way that one guy on their team shoots more free throws than our team. You know, we're not a settle team. We're not a jump shooting team. You know, we drive.
I hear you, JB, but you got to come to the front of the congregation.
You know,
Real quick. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pause this because I want to hear what they talking about, but I gotta finish this Braun shit first. I didn't respect it, but I celebrated the shit out of it. We hadn't won a championship since 2010. I still felt like if COVID doesn't happen, if the world don't shut down, the Clippers. I really felt like the Clippers were on their way to winning. We did right before everything shut down. We did just beat the Clippers and the Bucks. So, you know what I'm saying? That was cool or whatnot. But I personally just, it sucked not having the parade, and that's why I really want to be able to get one. You know what I'm saying? To really celebrate in LA with the fans the way we were supposed to, the way we didn't get an opportunity to back then, right? I think we've made one Western Conference final since 2020. But even there, we overachieved. We weren't supposed to make the Western Conference finals. Is this LeBron's last game as a Laker? Is his career over with the Lakers? And if so, was it a successful one? Technically, he won a championship, right? North Waco, Texas. Technically he won a championship. It wasn't the traditional way. It wasn't the way we all, including him, would have wanted to win it, but it was a way that, whether you argue it wasn't real or you argue it was the toughest ever, there could be cases made for both. I've leaned both ways over the last 6 years, if we're being honest. what I grew the most over the last 6 years is to appreciate LeBron more. He's 41 right now. So we won that championship. He was what, like 35? Into them late 30s, what he was doing at, what he still had to do at 36, at 38. I hated it because it's like, AD, can you step the fuck up? Can you grow some nuts? Can you help this old ass nigga out so he can rest throughout the season, so he can be fresh in the playoffs, so he can refresh in fourth quarters. And AD just never had that in him. I always predicted that we would get Luka. We got him. It was a few days after my birthday. I was actually at the hotel celebrating my birthday. And I went crazy. I went crazy when I saw that shit. I thought that shit was not real. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Are you insane? And it was crazy because I always wanted, really, I wanted it to be like a Luka for Bron trade. Because I wanted life after Bron to be Luka with AD. But the right deal was made. Anthony has not been healthy since he's gotten traded. He's been traded now twice, Dallas and Washington. He's not been healthy. Luka's now been a Laker for a season and a half. Now we're going into this offseason, and the main priority, and Bron knows it, we got to build around Luka. I appreciate LeBron. If he is done in LA, so be it. I would hope we can do like a sign and trade and get something for him. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he were to go like Cleveland or some shit. But it really doesn't matter. It's whatever. Because we got to focus on building this squad around Luka. And this is the summer. This is the most crucial summer of Pelinka's career. Because we got to get this shit right. You know what I'm saying? Dallas just made a hell of a quiet move, bringing in Mirji Usi. I'm sorry, I can't say his name right, but that dude's been top 3 GM, top 3 executive in the NBA for, at least the last 10 years. At least the last 10 years, he's been a top 3 executive, year in, year out. I'm ready to see what we do to build it around Luka. I had the list of our free agents. I don't remember it right now. I'm fucked up. But I do hope that Jackson Hayes. I hope we bring back Jackson Hayes. I do. I think him and Luka have a good chemistry. I think Bron and Jax developing a good chemistry. I don't give a fuck about DeAndre Ayton. I never did. I tried my best to like him at times this year. I gave him, the praise that he deserved for the times he deserved it this season. But ultimately, I haven't looked at his overall numbers for the season, but off the top of my head, if I had to give Ayton a number grade on the year, it would be a C, maybe a C minus. He definitely has some highs. He had some A, B plus moments, but he had, some F's and D's to balance that shit out. I'm gonna speak on the Lakers whole season and what we gotta do later. But I definitely welcome Bron back. I appreciate him. Um, Savannah won't be in LA. I don't think he'll be there. If he feel he ain't got shit else to prove, then I think he likes the group. So keep having fun with the group. Take the pay cut, and be a part of what can be special with this Luka led Laker squad. I do still believe Austin should be on the team. I'm not 100% sure that full Supermax he should get. He should get majority of it. He should still get majority of it, but he got to come down a little bit. It definitely got to come down a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. Man. Let me get to this Cavs Piston shit, man.
But again,
I'm fucked up.
you look at the foul count, you look at the disparity, and that's hard to overcome. And you wonder,
JB Bickerstaff. This is what I wonder why. Why was a Sir Thomas, who's supposed to be your defensive stopper, not in the game or not on Spider when he was in the game? I looked at every single one of the Spider shots. I went back. I saw a Sir in 2 highlights where he was on Spider. And in both of them, Spider didn't have the ball. A Sir is looking off in Wonderland. Spider cuts. By the time Spider gets the ball, it's too late. It's too late. Detroit looking real weak right now. Jalen Duren is averaging 13.6 and a half rebounds. He's getting 3 blocks, but he's averaging 13.6 and a half rebounds in this series. In the last 2 games, I think he's had 6 total rebounds. Evan Mobley. No. Evan Mobley is the one that's averaging 13 and a half and 6 and a half rebounds and 3 blocks. I'm sorry. Evan Mobley is averaging 13 and a quarter points, 6 and a half rebounds and 3 blocks. You want to know what Jalen Duren's averaging? 9 points and 7 rebounds. Jalen Duren. Come here. You are playing like a bitch, my boy. Straight up. There is nothing else to be said. There's nothing else to be said. You're playing like a straight up bitch. Somebody needs to tell you. Somebody needs to piss you off. Because you are playing fucking terrible. And you're losing this shit right now, bro. You're losing this shit right now. Because like I've been saying, Tobias and Duncan cannot be the consistent help for Cade every night. Yeah, Cade, he has to own up his shit, his part of this shit too. But at the end of the day, Jalen Duren, you're probably gonna be all NBA third team. You deserve it.
So he played 26 minutes and have 2 rebounds.
You got Blake saying that. You got Blake saying that. A motherfucker who got softer as his career went on until he went to Detroit. He got better in Detroit. But you got Blake saying that. If you're only going to get 10 to 12 points, at least get 10 to 12 rebounds. Andre Drummond. At least. And he's not even getting 10 to 12 points. He's averaging 9 fucking points. 2 rebounds tonight for Jalen Duren.
20 and 10 guy. The regular seasons and all-stars.
Playing ass. Playing complete ass.
You haven't performed well all throughout the playoffs. It started with
Evan Mobley is outplaying Jalen Duren in this series. Hell, Jared Allen is outplaying that motherfucker in this series.
They definitely need more.
James Harden, with his first 2 terrible games, he had 24 and 11 tonight. He's out. Jalen Duren is like the 8th best player right now in this series. And I just said a number. Let's see. Harden, Mitchell, Cade, Tobias, Duncan,
21 and 18 there in the third and fourth quarter. Just
Mobley. Jalen Duren is like the 8th best player in this series right now.
Just incredible performance.
Detroit's in trouble. And the crazy part is the series ain't even started yet. Because if the series continues to go the way Cleveland's playoffs have went, then Detroit gonna still win the series in 7 because they're gonna win game 5 at home. Then they're gonna win game 7 at home after Cleveland wins game 6 at home because Cleveland ain't lost at home. They ain't won on the road and they ain't lost at home. So if it keeps going how it's been going, then Detroit's fine. They'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals. But they're going to be tired and the Knicks are going to be well rested. And that doesn't bode well for the Pistons. Game 5 gonna be a hell of a game. That's gonna be a hell of a game. And I do believe whoever wins game 5 wins the game. That's usually how it happens in 2-2 series. But I believe it's even more crucial in this one. Because again, Cleveland ain't won on the road. They ain't lost at home. They're supposed to lose game 5. The problem is, and if they, if that happens, they'll probably go back to Cleveland and possibly win. And then Detroit takes it in game 7. But honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take it a step further. This series is not going 7. The winner of game 5 wins game 6. This series is over in 6. Detroit either going to drop their nuts and get back on track at home, and then when they come back to Cleveland, they're going to refocus, and they're not going to let this bullshit keep happening, and they're going to end this shit in 6 in Cleveland, or Detroit going to be demoralized. Cleveland, the vets, are going to wake up. They're going to go on the road, finally get a win in game 6 in Detroit, and they're going to come back home, and they're going to stay undefeated at home, and they're going to win this series in 6. This series is over in 6. I'm telling you right now. Whoever wins game 5 wins game 6. It's a wrap. Cade, you was on the verge. You were on the verge of superstardom. Get back. Get back to it. Because at this point, it really ain't no more excuses. Because Duren ain't giving you shit. Fuck him. Fuck him. If you got to keep leaning on Duncan and Tobias and Jenkins and whoever, then keep doing that. Fuck Duren. Don't play him, JB. If he's not going to at least fucking rebound, don't fucking play his ass. That's my rule with big man. If you can't at least go out there and fucking rebound for me, you have no purpose on my fucking court. Whoever wins game 5 wins the series. What's San Antonio, Minnesota? San Antonio, Minnesota's 2-2 as well, right? And they about to go back to San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken. I think that one might go 7, though. I want to say the same thing. Whoever wins game 5 wins game 6 and it's a wrap. But I think that one could still go 7. I might talk to y'all tomorrow before that game. I don't know. We'll see. We only got one game from here on out. Like one game a night. Since OKC and New York are waiting for their opponent. So Tuesday will be Minnesota, San Antonio. Wednesday will be Cleveland, Detroit. I don't know if them games are gonna still be Thursday, Friday, or if it's gonna be a day off or what. But yeah. Cleveland, Detroit, whoever wins game 5 wins the series. I'm gonna hate if that's Cleveland, man. That's fucking crazy. This ain't looking good, Detroit. It's not about just losing, it's about how you lost. Tonight should have been avoided. Spider had 4 points at halftime. For him to get 21 in the third, 39 in the second half, that's ridiculous. Sir Thomas is supposed to be one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Sir, you have to demand that challenge. You have to go to your coach and your teammates, your star, and say, I got him. I got him. Let me have him. JB, you the coach. You got to make that adjustment. JB, you failed the team. Sir, I'm questioning you right now because that shit don't happen on a shutdown guys watch. Not like that. Dude can get 39, but he gonna have to take damn near 30 shots. Dude can get 39, but he gonna have to have more than 4 at halftime. So game 5 is crucial. I can't wait. I can't wait to see game 5. These next 2 nights is only one game, but they're gonna be hell of a games. Hell of a games. But yeah. I'll let y'all tomorrow, man. We'll see. I appreciate you, man.